Good afternoon. You are now watching Channel 2. This is Sandra Suleiman presenting to you the news bulletin. President Sisi meets officials on availability of strategic reserve of staple commodities. Foreign Minister Abdelati meets senior Moroccan officials and businessmen on bilateral ties. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi today chaired a follow-up meeting of the projects carried out by Egypt's Future Authority for Sustainable Development, aiming to provide high-quality agricultural products at affordable prices to citizens and to achieve self-sustainability from the commodities strategic reserve. The President was briefed on the authority's efforts for enhancing the availability of strategic commodities side by side with the projects it launched to increase the storage. The capacity of essential agricultural crops and commodities, such as the grain storage silos. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi urged providing the support mechanisms for these projects to ensure the availability of stable commodities for sufficient times and increase their strategic reserve in coordination among concerned bodies. The head of state also called for the continued work on the state's plan expanding the land reclamation, being the backbone of the national economy and boosts the state's capability to protect the people's food security. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli today asserted the consumer protection agencies play a vital role in preserving the rights of citizens through non-traditional action mechanisms, responding to their complaints and needs. The Prime Minister made these remarks as he addressed the inaugural ceremony of the agency's new headquarters in New Cairo. He hoped that the new location, with its developed cadres and capabilities, enhances the agency's role in achieving market discipline and maintaining the consumer's rights and interests. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli today issued a decision defining the date for Eid al-Adha, or the Greater Bayram holiday. The 5-day holiday shall be from Thursday to Monday, June 5th to 9th, fully paid for employees, administrators, government authorities, public authorities, local administrations units, public business companies, and public business sector companies. However, exams shall be held in their set timeline as defined by concerned authorities. Minister of Foreign Immigration and Expatriates Affairs Badr Abdelati to met Speaker of the Moroccan House of Representatives Rashid al-Talbi al-Ilmi as part of his current visit to Rabat. Egypt's top diplomatic ties with Morocco hailed its important regional and international role and the ongoing coordination between both countries in launching a successful partnership and boosting bilateral economic ties. The minister also praised the Moroccan Parliament's active role on the Arab-African Mediterranean and Latin fronts, pointing out its support for Arab issues, particularly the Palestinian cause, at international parliamentary events. Meeting with senior Moroccan businessmen and bankers, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Migration Badr Abdelati today reviewed the performance of the national economy and Egypt's efforts for enhancing the investment atmosphere, boosting partnership with the private sector, and attracting foreign investments. The minister also ran an interactive debate with the businessmen, showcasing Egypt's promising investment opportunities as well as Egyptian investments in Morocco. The two sides agreed on future visits by Egyptian and Moroccan businessmen to enhance joint investments. They also agreed on the establishment of a joint coordination and follow-up committee to be held by the end of the year, with the aim of boosting trade partnership on the regional level. Sigrid Kaag, the United Nations Special Coordinator for the Middle East Peace Process, told the Security Council that Palestinians living in Gaza deserve more than survival as the Israel occupation genocide war enters its 600th day. Kaag warned that there could be no sustainable peace in the Middle East without a solution and halt to the Israel occupation, devastating attacks against civilians and infrastructure, adding that Palestinians in the Gaza Strip are facing the dangers of famine. The issue of aid has come sharply into focus amid hunger crisis after the occupation troops imposed a full blockade on Gaza for over 2 months before allowing supplies in a trickle last week. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov spoke to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio about the preparation. Welcome back. The cabinet spokesman said today that all constructions, key roads and access cleanup and afforestation works attached to the Grand Egyptian Museum project have been concluded. The spokesman added that the finishing touches included special arrangements for the inaugural ceremony of the museum, slotted for July 3rd, sending invitations for the ceremony attendees, including a list of kings and heads of state from across the globe, and following up their arrival. Deputy Prime Minister for Industrial Development, Minister of Industry and Transportation Kamil al-Wazir reviewed with Chairman of the House of Representatives of Belarus, Igor Sigrienko, means of enhancing bilateral cooperation in the field of industry. Kamil al-Wazir described bilateral ties as strong and deep, adding that Egypt is open to cooperate with all countries, stressing his ministry's keenness to offer all support needed to establish mega industrial projects in Egypt. During the meeting, both sides reviewed steps to carry out joint projects in fields of agriculture, reclamation. Egypt's bourse closed higher today amid purchases by local Arab corporations against sell-offs by Arab and foreign investors and Arab corporations. The market capital of listed companies added 7 billion Egyptian pounds, exceeding 2.2 trillion pounds at the end of the transactions that reached 23 billion pounds. The benchmark index EGX 30 rose 0.63% above the 32,600 point mark. The equal weighted indices EGX 70 and EGX 100 climbed to 0.37% and 0.28% respectively. Welcome back. Al-Ahli clinched a record extending 45th Egyptian Premier League title with a 6-0 rout of Farco after Chelsea beat Real Betis 4-1 in the UEFA Conference League final, recovering strongly from being outplayed in the first half by their Spanish opponents. Chelsea became the first club to win the full set of Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, and the now defunct Cup Winners' Cup. The trophy win in Poland came after securing a place in next season's Champions League, following a 4th-placed finish in the Premier League.